Yakima MTG here, Jesse Munoz with my pal, Geoff Hamasaki.
Hello?
We're back for round three, Friday Night Magic. Runs Coins and Collectibles, two undefeated players. David Taylor on the left, who we saw round one. Gregory Grundy on the right, playing Red Green Burn the Nest.
I like that.
Which is he?
I don't know what that means, but
It's all about burning hornets' nests and making tokens. So,
it only has one hornet nest.
Yeah, it's mostly a red green, like a monster deck.
Okay.
Against Jeskai tokens, which we saw round one.
This is kind of Reveler here.
Yeah, coming out quick.
Yeah. Turn 2 Reveler. It's pretty sweet.
Fanatic of Xenagos is what it is, actually.
Oh, right. Fanatic. Yeah. Fanatic of Xenagos.
And I think David's figuring out whether he wants to pay tribute or not. I prefer giving it tribute, not giving it haste. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like looks like he did because he didn't attack with it. I just forgot okay, there.
So it's a 4/4.
Yeah, it's a 4/4 now. But this is what I like about the red green deck is it just explodes. Turn 2 4/4 is so good. I mean, it triggers a bunch of different stuff in the ferocious. Being able to cast whatchamacallit's the Creator's Clause for 1 mana is always awesome as well.
Yeah. Okay, so fetching another land. It's got a 4-drop here. Xenagos, maybe? What is it?
It's the 4/1 Phoenix.
Oh, okay, the Flame Lake?
Yep. Which has more.
No, Ash Cloud. It's Ash Cloud Phoenix.
Okay.
The Flame Lake's the haste.
Yeah, the 3 mana one. And turn 3 Rabble Master. And he's going to take the 1 here. He's not going to block with the 4/1 Phoenix. But already, I mean, he's attacking. I don't think David wants to block here with the Rabble Master. So, which means he's going to take 8, if not more. Greg plays a Temple. Scries it to the bottom. And plays a Morph.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can just chump here and plan on winning the game, right? I mean, that's.
Yeah, but the problem is it's a race that I don't think you're really winning right now. and doesn't even give them an option, just Creator Clause. And brings the beats.
So would you Creator Clause there?
No, I'd attack there and make him chump. And then
I mean, you can save the Creator Clause just to do, a bunch of damage directly to David, right?
Right, because he's not killing him with Rebel Master right now. I mean, it has the potential because he doesn't even get chump blockers because the goblins have to attack. So yeah, I wouldn't. I would make him chump. And then there's a Stoke.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't do
Still
anything.
in real bad shape. Yes.
The Morpho's a Mystic, which is a card I like to play in this deck as well. Alright, so sideboards. We looked at David's earlier in the first round. Greg has 4 Flame Wakes, 2 Arc Lightnings, which I really like in this deck against David. 2 Back to Natures, which I wouldn't want to bring in because it just hits Jeskai Ascendancy. I mean, it's fine, but I wouldn't love it. Chandra, which I like. 2 Genesis Hydras and 4 Mistcutter Hydras. And
I don't think you want those.
Yeah, you don't play Mistcutter because, again, there's not really any blue. It does have haste, which is nice. But, I mean, you could just be chumped all day long by, like, Raise the Alarms and all the tokens that
Right.
David can create. On David's side, I like the reality shifts against Greg's deck.
He doesn't have a ton of ways to deal with the flyers, though. I mean, he's got to bring the anger, right?
Yeah, you definitely bring in the Anger of the Gods, though. Yeah,
And hostilities probably.
and hostilities I bring in the valorous stances as well.
Well, that doesn't hit. That doesn't hit the phoenixes.
Yeah, it's true. It does. Let's see. Off of his list, it hits fanatic if he if he gives it tribute. Doesn't Greg's got Shaman of the Great Hunts and only 2 of them. That doesn't hit it. 1
Yeah.
Pulurganos and Form Stormbreath. So yeah, I guess you don't bring those in because it doesn't even hit Stormbreath. So yeah, you bring in the end hostilities. I probably bring in the reality shift. 2 angers.
I like how we assume that they know the other person's list
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
I mean,
I'm just thinking if I'm playing against red green, I'm bringing in. For sure, I'm bringing in hostilities.
you got to keep them off the mana guys.
Yeah, which Anger of the Gods is good for.
Right. Disdainful Stroke's not going to do much.
Yeah. I mean, it could hit Stormbreath Dragons, which red green tends
Yeah,
to.
Stormbreath, Xenagos, there's Shaman.
The problem is there's a lot of stuff that
Critters
misses.
too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe like he's got 4 Disdainful Strokes. I wouldn't bring in all 4, but maybe 2, 1 or 2. You don't bring in the negates. Reality Shift is
the real problem is this Hornet's Nest. It's gonna kill him.
yeah.
It's gonna Crater's Claws the nest.
If I'm Greg, I like the Flame Wakes a lot. Like I said, I like the Arc Lightning as well, and the Chandra. So I'm probably bringing all those in. I probably cut the 2 Shaman of the Great Hunts because those just die so easy to toast all those tokens.
Right.
Don't love Boon Satyr in this deck either against this matchup. Everything else is probably fine. So that's probably the cuts I would make. The Lightning Strikes and the Crater Claws are fine as well. All right, so Dave's gonna be on the play and drops a Scryland.
Okay. Man, I just want to see a Hornet Nest.
Yeah. And no turn 1 for Greg. David drops a Trilane, says go. There's a Fanatic and a turn 2 Elvish Mystic, which goes down to Wild Slash.
Okay. Is David holding a Disdainful Stroke? Or is that a Treasure Cruise?
I didn't see it. There's a Whirling Outburst though, so that's good. Really good to start for. Way better start than his last game. Where Bravo Master wasn't great. He was so far behind. In turn 3, playing Rav Master when Greg had the Fanatic and Ash Cloud Phoenix on board.
Okay, 3rd land.
I see. So he did bring a Chandra because I see a Chandra in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a Flamewake Phoenix.
Okay.
So he brought at least one of those in as well.
Attacking.
Yeah, your Spring Beats can't block and it has to attack, so.
That's 3 back.
And there's the Ascendancy. So.
Okay.
David misses his land drop, but he hits the Ascendancy. That's really important to his deck. Alright, so Greg's got the Fanatic. He's got Creator's Claws and Chandra. I kind of like bringing the Chandra in there. Just start pinging his dudes. So he brings in Fanatic, gets tributes, gets paid for it, and then he Creator Claws one of the tokens. Not a big fan of that.
Yeah, trading a Crater Claw for a token.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're trading a Creator's Claws for a third of the card. Ugh, and here comes in some more Whirling Outburst tokens. Trigger the Ascendancy.
The Fanatic not having trample is
yeah.
Or does it have trample?
It does have trample, yeah.
Okay, so that's not bad. I mean, he's got to trade 4 of his guys for 1.
Yeah.
Fanatic.
So again, you drop Chandra here and start pinging dudes. I didn't see what else. He's got a Temple and maybe another Creator's Claws. All right, so there's the temple. He scries
Okay.
and puts on the bottom.
Probably a land.
Yeah. There's the Chandra.
Okay, so it takes out 1 token.
Maybe a Storm Breath? You just seen it as well? Alright, so 1 takes out a token, 1 at David, and then just swings with a Flamelight Phoenix.
Huh, okay.
I wonder why he doesn't. I'd be willing to trade 4 tokens for my Fanatic Xenagos.
Yeah, and David didn't crack the fetch at the end.
Yeah. We do. I know. We do know. Oh, there's the end hostilities at the bottom of his deck. He does have 1 God's Willing in his hand. Which I guess is the reason why Greg didn't attack. Because he could God's Willing something, pump all his dues with the Ascendancy, and trade 1 for 1. Well, like a third of a card for one and 1/3 of a card for the Fanatic of Xenagos. Yeah. That's probably smart. So it looks like he's got a Treasure Cruise and another Ascendancy in his hand, and I think God's Willing. And maybe a Raise the Alarms. So this is going to be a tough spot for Greg because David can go so wide with all the tokens, and the Ascendancy can just make him go nuts too with all the triggers that he could. All the pump triggers he can get. He's got 5 cards in his graveyard for Treasure Cruise. Maybe that's a Monastery Mentor? So what's his line? What do you think he does here?
So he's got Ascendancy, creature.
He's got 4 tokens, but he's going against... You got to take out Chandra because she's just going to pick you off all day. And you don't want to be using your pumps on his turn. Okay. So no play. And the follow-up from Greg.
He's got a stoke for the
Chandra's at 5.
For the Fanatic, set up a big attack next turn.
Alright, so he pumps plus his Chandra goes 1 to the dome and 1 to one of his creatures. But the creature's going to survive because it becomes a 2
more. 2 soldiers. He's got 4 2/2s and
2 1/1s.
2 1 soldiers.
I don't know what Greg's line here is either. So I think he's got an Elvish Mystic in hand. Couldn't see the rest. 2 in the air. Days down to 9. And the follow-up play is post-combat Rabble Master and an Elvish Mystic. You don't see that a lot. Post-combat Rabble Master, post-combat Stormbat Dragons. Alright, so there's another Hordeling Outburst. But he's going to take his time because he is honestly in no hurry. He drops his 2nd Ascendancy.
You can Treasure Cruise here.
1, 2, 3. Yep. Treasure Cruise with 2 Ascendancy triggers.
So now he's got 3 Ascendancy triggers for this turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets a Valorous stance.
So those dudes are massive. 4/4.
So he did bring in the Reality Shift, but he just throws it in the bin. And then draws 3. Probably draws 3 lands. And then Stoke takes out the Xenagos. There's another trigger for the Ascendancies.
So he got 2 6/6s right now. Untap.
Well, he gets to untap everything.
Okay. So he's got 6 6/6s. They're all coming in.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Yeah, not much
That
you can
was
do.
crazy turn.
Not much you can do against that. Once the ascendancies go off and you have double ascendancies and everything's getting +2, all your tokens get +2/+2 for each spell you cast, and he cast an ancestral recall that turn.
Yeah, and this a free stoke that untaps your puncture guys.
Yeah,
So. Wow.
that's how tokens works. All right, so Greg goes back to the sideboard. Oh, so he's got one Chandra in main, one Chandra in the board. I thought he brought.
Why didn't I play 4 sweepers?
Yeah. He just grabbed 2 cards and looks like he's doing something in it. See what they were. I think David's good with his 60. Just gonna shuffle him up. See what Greg takes out. He's looking at a Rabble Master. I don't like taking Rabble Masters out when you're on the play. When you're on the draw, I don't mind taking them out.
Yep.
All right, so he takes 2 Rabble Masters out and brings.
I want to know if he has Hornet Nest still in there.
Hornet Nest can be nuts though. Making all those all those death touch, Crater's Claws, your own nest, and make a bunch of 1/1 death touchers, or even block one of those 6/6 tokens. I'm curious to see. I don't know if we'll find out what Greg brought in. Friendly handshake there as they go to game 3.
Put those cards to the side of the deck. That is the sideboard.
Yeah. All right, so Greg, I see. There's the Hornet's Nest.
Yes.
Okay, he's got the Hornet's Nest. David goes to 6. His deck mulligans pretty well, though. I mean, it goes off, and it goes off really quick, but it's not a fast deck either. The 1-card cut. Let's see if he likes his 6 here. See, raise the alarms.
Wild Slash.
What? Yeah. Well, this looks like a Monastery Mentor, Wild Slash, raise the alarms, Ascendancy, Stoke, and then 1 land.
Oh man.
I don't think you can keep that.
No, there's no way. You can't kill the first thing, I guess, and then.
Well, you can't even kill the first thing because he's only got a white-blue fetch land.
You get a steam vent, right?
Yeah. This is modern, right? Yeah. I don't. I mean, it's tempting.
There's no way you can't keep that.
It's tempting because he's got the raise the alarms, and he's got all good cards in his hands. But there's.
Yeah. If he doesn't draw a land on the next 2 turns, it's
1. Oh, he would have got there.
Blue though.
Yeah. So he wouldn't have got there. Yeah, he can't. It's tempting because again, I can see the temptation there, but it's pretty easy mulligan. You're still only going to 5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you keep 1 lander unless you're down to like 4 cards, maybe.
I've kept some 1-landers at 5. I don't think I've done very well with
a Mystic,
Yeah.
If you have a Mystic and a Curiated or something, I don't know.
All right, let's see what we got. There's a mountain. All right, so I see at least 2, 3 lands there.
You got the Temple of Epiphany.
Greg, right out the gates with the Mystic. That's exactly what you want from a red green deck.
It says Scry. Is that God's Willing?
It's a God's Willing, I think a Battlefield Forge.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So now he's got almost too much land. But that's how the Magic Gods treat you when you mulligan to 5. Alright. And Greg follows it
Fanatic?
Nope, that's a Hornet's Nest.
Oh yes,
Hornet's Nest and
yes.
swings for 1 with the Mystic. All right, another land for Dave.
Okay. He's got his colors fixed pretty
Yeah,
well.
he's got his colors. He's got a God's Willing that is dead in his hand right now because he doesn't have
Just
any
has to draw
creatures.
some gas.
Yeah. And
So this is a 4-drop. Oh, okay.
I think it's a Rattleclaw Mystic. Yeah. Which he plays for
Okay.
Morph. And swings in for 1. And Jeskai Ascendancy. Which isn't scary when there's no tokens on the board, but David could change that very, very quickly.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got an anger or something.
Shaman of the Great Hunt.
Okay, so big V down, but still, I mean, if he could draw
if he
a
gets like a Raise the Alarms or Hordeling
sweeper
Outburst, or
anger.
yeah, Anger would be really good here. But he has to have it here because then with the Shaman on board, everything starts to grow out of Anger range.
Oh, but wait,
He's
it
got
leaves him with 3 Hornets, so
yeah, that's true. He's got a Stoke, so I'm guessing you just stoke the Shaman of the Great Hunt here.
Right.
But again, he's got nothing on board, which if he had like a Raise the Alarm or
It's not a ton of pressure.
it's a lot of pressure.
He's got
Well, I mean, once you take care of the Shaman of the Great
kill
Hunt,
the Shaman.
yeah. All right, so in comes everything except for the Hornet's Nest, which has Defender.
Okay, so
take out
Shaman down.
And there's a Monastery Mentor, so that's good. God's Willing goes to the bin. He takes 3-4, goes to 9. He's all right.
Yeah.
See what Greg follows it up with. I see an Arrow of the Wilds in his hand. And I can't see the other 2 cards.
So if you're Greg, do you just play out all these 2 toughness guys, or
probably not?
You're pretty scared of the Anger.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're fine. I mean, the problem is it's a 3-turn clock right now, and a 4-turn clock, or a 2-turn clock. Because he's attacking for 4 and he's at 9.
And you said he had a Creator's Clause, or he does not have a Creator's Clause?
Back to Nature. I don't think he has a Creator's Clause in his hand.
Okay.
All right, so he takes down the Ascendancy with the Back to Nature. And there's a Creator's Clause. So you just kill.
So attacking with a 3/3. You think you just kill it with the Creator's Clause?
Let's see, 3, and then you can hit Creator's Clause for 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7.
I guess attack with the 3/3.
No, I think you kill it because that thing can start making chump blockers for you.
Right, but if he blocks,
I don't know if he's going to block.
You don't have to use it, I mean, he's probably not going to block, but you can at least offer the.
Yeah, I'd offer. I definitely offer it. All right, so David draws a land. That stinks for him. He's got a Reality Shift in his hand.
It's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
The tap land.
So he's got to do something though, because he's got lethal. Greg's got lethal on board.
Yeah, I mean now even the Anger is bad. I mean the Hornets will kill him in 2 turns.
Yeah. Those are probably harder to deal with than anything.
Yeah. Did you attack with the Hornet Nest?
No.
It looked like he turned sideways.
Alright, so Reality Shifts the Morph, which is the Rattleclaw Mystic with the +1/+1 counter on it.
Okay. So he's gonna manifest
something. But it keeps
it's probably
him
alive.
A
Stormbreath Dragon or something.
Probably. if I had manifested, it would probably be a land because that's basically the only cards I ever manifest. Alright, he drops the second Morph, which again is probably the Mystic. I think that's the only morphs he's playing.
He's got the Phoenix, right, too?
Oh, yeah. I don't think you ever play that morph though. Pretty much,
Well, I mean, when you flip it, it does 2 damage.
yeah, but it's also a 4/1 flyer in the air. I mean,
Right, but you can flip it next turn, do 2 damage, and then attack with it.
all right. So David just Valorous stanced the Heir of the Wild. I think it's just to get cards into his graveyard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they could treasure cruise.
Need to take a damage off of the pain land. So now he will just die to a flip Phoenix.
Yeah. Draws 3. Shows him his hand. Extends the hand. That was a good match.
Nope.
David didn't really get to do much in game 3, but that was a really good match. So there we go.